Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Today podcast. Right now, it's part 3 of our 5-part series on successful closing.
I'm Bob Nelson, real estate investment broker with Pacwest Real Estate Investments.
And I'm Marcia Edwards, residential broker with Windermere Real Estate. We've been talking about the process from pending sale to closed sale. It's an exciting time. The seller thinks they may have sold their property, and the buyer thinks they've bought a property, but there's some work to be done to make sure it's what everyone expected to have happen and that it does proceed. We're talking about the due diligence process. We're talking about checking out the financials, making sure if it's investment property that they kept the promises and can deliver proof that over time the payments they promised from this income property were occurring. We also talked about the preliminary title report. That is what's attached to this property that you cannot see on site but is an obligation, like your taxes, like easements to the property. But let's talk about on-site due diligence on the property.
On-site due diligence is really an interesting issue because almost everybody thinks they're an expert. However, you cannot see through walls, you cannot see through the roof, etc., etc. You better be bringing specialists that absolutely understand from the roof, and then from the roof to the mud sill, and then below the mud sill. There's 3 types of inspections, or 3 zones of inspection that you better be checking out, and do it quickly and do it accurately.
I like this process. I like that you don't have to think of everything before you write an offer. And in a market like this, as a buyer, you should not go too deep in your due diligence before making an offer, or you'll miss the property completely.
Absolutely. Well, that's the real issue. There's multiple offers that are coming in on a number of properties right now because the inventory is particularly short. So if it's an attractive situation, it's probably going to have several offers. And they're in the pecking order of offers. There's one that's accepted. That's the winner. The one that was almost accepted but is in second position, that's first loser. So do understand, if you're not trying to become first or second or third loser, that you probably are going to have to view the situation, size it up quickly, know what you're after, and make an offer quickly if you want to get in the game, which is dicey because you're making an offer without really knowing what you're offering on.
But you're going to have the opportunity to check that out. There is the whole house, the roof, and the pest and dry rot. In addition, there's things to consider, like, do you need to get a sewer scope? Is there a lot of large trees around the area? Do you need an understanding of what's gone on over time? Has there ever been any fuel dumpage or anything like that on the property? There's a lot of ways to look at the property to make sure you know what you're purchasing. Call a good realtor to make sure you know those steps. I'm Marcia Edwards, Windermere Real Estate.
And I'm Bob Nelson, real estate investment broker with Pacwest Real Estate Investments.